Oh yeah. Before I even start this, new time for the show Monday. Not permanent new time. We're still calling it Monday Night Live because we like to get kind of wild on the show. Have a little martini or two, smoke a little bit, or Greg will have his non-water, which either means a vodka tonic or a margarita. But Brandy wants to do it in the morning, so we accommodate our guests. So we're going to do it Monday morning, 10 o'clock my time, Pacific Coast, 1 o'clock Greg's time, and that's Eastern Standard Time. And Brandy, I don't even know where she lives. I know a wee bit about her, uh, and I like her channel and her videos a lot. I really like her. I like her style and her presentation a lot. She's either real. She's laid back and sometimes to the point of just waking up. It's like she's like pillows here and hi guys, I got a book for you. And she's natural. This is what I'm saying. Anyway, on to the tag. Do you like my T-shirt? Do you like my T-shirt? Do you? So, man, it always sounds like my. Sorry for the extreme close-up. It always sounds like my heater is so loud. Isn't this loud? Reminds me, I've got to dust down up there, huh? Climb a ladder. Us Irish people don't like ladders too much. All that happened to Tim Finnegan and shit. Anyhow, anyway, I should light a candle. But we're doing another random book tag, I think. What's it called? Yeah, another random question tag. So I don't have to pull out all my books and stuff and stack them up. But so I don't have any preparation at all. I was tagged a couple times by people, but my buddy, my pard, Brian at Bookish tagged me, and the first prompt is, what is a book you don't want to admit you hate or dislike? Now here, Brian and I have a contention with the book Ohio. I don't even remember the name of the man who wrote it. Bob Manley something. That's probably it. But I did not like that book. I was born and raised in Toledo, Ohio. Born and raised in South Detroit. And so I just found it full of tropes. Like you have the burnout case who was like a burnout in high school, then he became a heroin addict, and he recovered. Then you have the Tina, the high school slut who became an entrepreneur and became rich on Wall Street. I'm just making this up off the top of my head. I don't remember the plot, but it seemed like that to me. And I kind of facetiously said I liked it better when it was called The Big Chill. I think there was a death in it too, and they all came together. Maybe I'm mixing it up, but I hated that book called Ohio. Prompt 2. Are there authors whose work you haven't gotten on with that you want to revisit? I could reframe that question as to are there writers I'm afraid to read, kind of? Proust would be one of them. I don't want to get lost in all that. I'd rather get lost in Joyce again, uh, Finnegan. But so I don't know how to answer that question, Jim. This is original from Jim or James Holder too. So links to Brian and James' channel below in the description box. You know the drill. Because I don't type out the prompts with my fingers, so you have to go back there to the prompts. I'll vocalize them, but squeeze me. Excuse me. 3, is your TBR outlined or pantsed? Now, pantsed with a Z means like unorganized. And I'm pantsed. Well, I'm wearing pants. I got my pajamas on still, but wear my pajamas. It's early here in Portland, Oregon. So, I mean, I have an outline. Like, for example, March is Marching Mammoths. So now I'm reading the recognitions, about 1,000 pages long, got a lot of notes. Group reading this. With Greg and another Bibliophile Reads and Sean D. Standfast. And then I'm buddy reading the prequel to Pillars of the Earth with my friend Jeremy Fee. And then I'm rereading this. This is what I rarely do this. I think the last time I did it was with Huckleberry Finn back in the 80s. But I finished reading this with Aaron Facer and Flossie at the Grape Jelly Library. And I immediately am rereading it with Flossie again because it's a hard book and there's spoilers in it. And so I'm getting on with this again. I'm over 100 pages into it. So those are 3 mammoth books. They're all over 800 pages. Plus I'm reading some nonfiction. I read his Oregon Trail book last year or 2 years ago. Loved it. So this is him going down the Mississippi a la Mark Twain on a flatbed boat. And I'm reading like other things too. So I'm a big March Mammoth reader. I don't know if that... but see, why I'm reading the nonfiction is because my library hold of the audio from Libby came in. And here I'm going to mention MJ. I should write down these people. So, because I read like I'm a mood reader, kind of like that. Because I have holds of the library that will pop up like months later. And I go, oh, okay. Now I'll add that to my TBR. So I hope that answers the question. 4, what is your favorite booktube reading event? Faulkner in August. Faulkner in August. Faulkner in August. Me and my partner Brian created that 5 years ago. It's been 5 years. So coming up on 5 years, we're doing Absalom this year. I have a virgin copy of it. No annotations by me, hardback, never been read. Got this at the Portland Library sale where I volunteer every year. Then I participate in Victober. I've been doing that for 5 years. And I like Marching Mammoths. I like Shake Tube, I think they're called. No, Shake Timber coming up. And others. That's what I hate about like listing things or people. I always forget and leave people out, and then I feel so bad and when people hate me. Okay, what happened? What happened? 5, how many works does it take to decide if you like or dislike an author's work? Just one. 6, which of the 7 deadly sins do you experience the most? Now, Greg said sloth, Brian said pride. I'm going to say gluttony, because I like to eat, man. I like to cook. I like to take pictures of my food and send it to friends and family. I don't have an Instagram. I really should. And mine would be mostly cooking. Gluttony. 7, which of the Olympian gods is your favorite? Now, okay, for gods, I would say Hercules is my favorite. I think Brian said Hades. What'd Greg say? I don't know, I can't remember, but mine would be Hercules. I like his, 7 labors he has to do. He has to clean out like the muck in the stalls, and he cleans all that out. I like that. But my favorite like Greek character that I relate to is Sisyphus, the guy who pushes the boulder up and it falls down, He's got to push it up again. Man, if there's a hell, and if I'm going to it, that's going to be my hell, man. Sisyphus. Be my hell, man. Sisyphus. Be my hell, man. Sisyphus. Hell, man. Sisyphus. That's going to be my hell, man. Sisyphus. 8. It's my favorite number, by the way. What is your go-to special event meal? So I'm going to say my death row meal, last meal would be catfish with hush push puppies, spinach with wine vinegar and butter, pilaf rice, pecan pie, and a chocolate malt. Because they don't let you have Guinness or alcohol, I don't think. So that's my death row meal right there. And I want my grandma to cook it. My late grandma. And I want Brian and Bookish to cook it. Teja style. 9. Do you attend local celebrations, fairs, festivals, markets, etc.? Yes. 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 Yeah, I live in Portland, Oregon. We have a farmer's market in the summertime right up the street. We have fairs. Let's see. Where's my... Yeah, we have every weekend we do this native makers. Bad at Rad sent me these stickers, by the way. Or she didn't send me this one. That looks like Pornhub, huh? But look at this cool Beatles one she sent. They're all on their cell phones. John's looking back like, WTF? But yeah, I go to local celebrations and I buy local, and we have fun here in Portland. Come visit. 10. Do you prefer the city, suburbs, small towns, or the country? The city or the suburbs. Or the beach, if you would put the beach on there. 11. Are there any booktube videos you have a hard time making? No. Are you interested in local history? Yes, yes, yes. This Halloween, I promise to do a haunted Portland video. There's downtown. I'll go do it. There's a Old Town Pizza place that's haunted. There's Huber's Restaurant with the tunnels, the Shanghai tunnels. They used to Shanghai Chinese people here and enslave them, make them work on ships. There's a lot of ghost stories in Portland. It's very rich in history. A lot of floods, 2 major floods. They have markers, and I can show you how high the water got. I'll do that soon. I like doing outside vlogs. I have a Portland related playlist. 13. What subjects were your favorite in school? Art and music, and then literature. But art and music, and lunch. I enjoyed like lunch hour. 14, if you could go back in time and change one thing in your life, what would it be? How I acted with my first girlfriend. We were serious, like in junior high, and then we were friends 5 years after. I went away to college, and she didn't, but we'd still get together in 5 years, and it was strange. It was very strange, and it affected me all my life. 5. Are there any childhood entertainments that you still engage in? Yeah, I've always been like into music and art, but one thing I'd like to engage in more, I used to be a Revel master modeler. I do cars, like old Chevrolet cars and with all the engines and stuff. Revel Master Modelers Club. I enjoy doing that, but models are so expensive these days, and you can't really get them. You have to go to a hobby store, and So I don't know. There's too many other things to do anymore than build models, you know. But I used to build vans and old cars and '69 Chevys. But if you're watching this or I mention you, you're tagged. How's that? This is a fun tag. I want to tag Pat's Panic too. I want to hear her. So you don't have to grab a lot of books off your shelf or just talk about yourself. Uh, I'll tag. I mentioned Flossie, okay, and I want to tag Brandy at Bookalectic. Hear what she has to say. Oh yeah, before I forget, new time. Brandy's going to be on the show Monday.